And we're live. Hey everybody, welcome into the Flippin' Hippos YouTube channel. I'm Star. Today's Tuesday, July 6th, and I have a special guest with me this evening. I have Bill. Say hi, Bill.
Hi, how are you?
Bill is one half of the Gnome and the Frog. David couldn't make it tonight, but we still got Bill, and it's good enough. You guys never see Keith, so it's okay if you don't see David, right?
Absolutely.
and you gotta mute your.
Yeah, I apologize.
So, guys, welcome in. It is Tuesday, 7 p.m. Eastern time. I'm live every Tuesday, and I will be for as long as I can. Up to, including, during, and directly after my move, if possible. If you missed part of the show or missed a bit, still hearing an echo, Bill. There we go. You guys can watch the replay on YouTube. Bill is on Instagram, and I just realized I forgot to put you in the description box. So that'll be in the description box at the on the upload. But you guys, you should absolutely be following him, and it's easy to follow him on Instagram. I'm pulling it up right now because you just go to gnome_frog, and that is their. Hi, my name is Star, and I can multitask. Okay, it's in the chat. There you go. Follow them on Instagram. Terry's here. Welcome in. And Dan's here, Bill. Oh, there's the echo again. Yep. Thrifty Space Queen is here. Welcome in. And is Casey going to let you use his studio? Probably don't want to use his studio. So we're going to wait for some folks to get in. Real quick, I got some real quick housekeeping to take care of, and then I'm going to do a little more of an introduction for Bill and let him talk about himself and his husband, David, for a minute. And then we'll get into the meat of the show, which is what you guys are here for. You're here to hear some tips from full-time resellers on how to run a business and get more sales. So real quick housekeeping, if you ordered a store or Posh Closet review from me, I am currently running a sale. $5, guys. That's a deal. Normally my reviews are $14.99, and sometimes I do $7.50 half off. I'm doing store and closet reviews right now for a very limited time. Keith and I are all packed up and ready to go. We got 2 weeks till the truck comes. I got some time on my hands. So for 1 week, I am accepting orders for $5. The code is in our Facebook group. So you've got to be a member of the Facebook group to get the code. It is a special deal. I only put out to our group members and our mail subscribers. So you have to either be a mail subscriber or a group member to get the code. It's over there in the thing. You can join the Facebook group. It's completely free to join. If you want the review, you can get the code there. The code expires Sunday night at 11:55 p.m. Eastern time, or when my schedule fills up, whichever comes first. I think I'm sitting at 50 more to go after I've been doing them all day today and all day yesterday. So there's going to come a point where I'm probably going to have to cut them off because I'm getting more than I expected. But if you want one, they're $5. And the whole point of this talk was if you order one from SendOwl, you've got to check your email, folks. I don't psychically get a message in my psychic brain with your eBay store. You got to check your email. Check for an email from SendOwl. Check your spam folders. Make sure you're checking the email connected to the PayPal you used to pay with. And there's instructions in there. My reviews are very customized and very personal. They're not just your run-of-the-mill store reviews. I ask you questions. I give you a chance to ask questions that are specific to you and your situation. So you got to check your email, check for that mail, then send me that information that I'll ask for in that email, and then I can personalize your review. That all said, let's say hi to some more people. Dana Miller's here. I do talk very highly of Gnome and the Frog. Bill and David are two of my very bestest friends and favorite humans in the whole
Thank
world.
you. Thank you. I appreciate that.
Bill is the gnome. David
Yeah.
is the frog.
Yes.
Hi, Sylvia's treasures. Welcome in. So if you don't know Bill and you don't know David, you're missing out. They're really great people, but they're really good at business and running a business. They are a partnership. They are husbands. They are married, but they're also business partners as well. And since I met them I met you online in 2018 and then in person in the summer of 2018.
Yes.
And we've been friends since. I have seen them go from having to work full-time outside of the house, both of them, to both of them quitting their job and doing this and only this. And in the past 2 months, we actually drove across the state of PA to where they live. They live on the other side of the state. And we stayed with them and visited with them. Well, we still lived close enough to do it before we go to Florida.
Yeah, right.
We got to take their tour of their house that's divided into living areas and their workspace. And I guess I'm just going to let Bill tell us a little bit about how you and Dave got started and how you were able to become full-time and quit your jobs. And we'll talk about your inventory and your space later.
Okay. All right. Well, I am Bill. I am the other half of Gnome and the Frog. Dave obviously is the frog. And basically, Flippin' Daddy, who's in the chat, I worked with him and we were on the same line one day and he started talking about eBay, and I used to do it years ago in flea markets, and the light bulb popped back on. And that was in the end of 2017. And he gave me Rockstar Flipper's YouTube channel, and I just watched him for about 5-6 weeks and studied things, and took $20, ran over to the thrift store, bought a friend. It was actually friend trivia game, sold it for $25, and that was the start of it. Came home with a few things, opened up the eBay store on the 14th of January of 19, and Casey was mentoring me, and then he talked us into heading to Vegas 6 months in, so we used our own money to go. Met you, and the rest is basically history about how we networked with you guys. As far as the business side, working the business, you mentioned the first time we came out to see you, Dave Ramsey, and we put his program into place, and within 2 years, we worked all the overtime we could. Plus, I had a house from a previous marriage to sell. Put our 6 months away, paid off all our debt minus the house, and we run a debt-free business also. We didn't touch that for 2 years, and we just rolled it, and then we went LLC. We pulled a paycheck, and together it's been over a year. We've been together full time, and that's about it.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah.
I'll also add that we both went to eBay Open 18 and 19, and 18 was when I met you guys in person for the first time, but we had already been talking for like 9 months to a year. Correct. Online, and then we met in person, and I also fell in love with both him and David. And then in 2019, David proposed to Bill.
Oh yeah. That was yes, on not Front Street, Fremont. Thank you. Yes, I had no clue. Apparently, he had it in the house for 2 months. Had it on the plane. Had it next to his side of the bed. Up until that Tuesday, I think we got into town on Sunday, so he had it in the hotel room for 2 days. You knew about it.
Yeah, he told me about it. He showed me your ring, and then I had one too many drinks. So
that was the other thing. Yes, and we're all downstairs having drinks, and you mentioned, so when's the big day or something like that. It's just like I didn't even catch on to it. Plus, we were having fun. We were having fun family adult drinks. So, but anyway, head to Fremont Street. All you guys are there, and all of a sudden I see this circle forming, and it was his favorite song that Dave liked in the live band right down the street, so I thought he wanted to dance. So I'm like, had my hand up in the air, wanting to dance and all. All of a sudden he gets down on one knee. I'm like, oh my. So
Yeah, we formed a circle so Bill can run.
yeah, right.
Uh,
uh,
Keith
and,
didn't go that year, but it was Casey and Caitlin were there.
yes.
Katie and Vicky were there.
Yeah. And it was nice too because we had strangers up on the street came up and said, "Hey, congratulations!" And they were involved with the celebrating, and Jacques did the little video, and who else was there?
Britton was there.
Yeah,
Robin and her husband.
that's what I was thinking of. Yes,
She always wears pretty flowers in her hair, and her husband's a cop.
yeah, it was a nice time. It was, and then everybody came up to me and said, "Oh, you need to get married on stage at eBay." I'm like, that ain't happening.
Gotta separate the business from the personal life sometimes.
Right. So that was in July. We came home and we wanted to get married on the same day we met, so we didn't have another date to remember. Because when you get old, you forget things.
Not forget things when I was young. It's worse now.
Yeah, it's true. That's true. But anyway, so we got married in the backyard. That's September.
Yep.
So, September the 7th. We had a small wedding in the back. Dave was out there with his measuring tape and make sure everything fits and everything. And we got orchids and about 40 people, close friends and family. And yeah, so it'll be 2 years September.
Good times.
So for our anniversary and paying off our debt, we're going to do a 2-week cross-country trip in September. So that's our celebration for paying off the debt. And
that's awesome.
Yes.
So did you actually call the Ramsey show and do the yell?
No, because apparently it's like an 8-month to 10-month. But what we are going to do is when we get into Tennessee, that's on a trip, we are going to stop at Ramsey Solutions and see the new studio and everything, and hopefully catch the live show.
If you guys aren't familiar with Dave Ramsey, guess what? You should be. You don't have to agree with everything he says or do everything he does, but find what works for you, what you agree with, what you like, and apply it to your life. I agree with like 99% of what he teaches. A lot of people don't, and that's okay. Keith and I are very minimalistic people. We don't like debt. We're the kind of people that would save up and buy a car. A mortgage is okay. Obviously, we're buying a house in Florida. That's kind of unavoidable in life. But Dave Ramsey, take what you can from him and really apply it to your life, even if you don't agree with everything. He teaches you how to budget, how to plan your groceries, your entertainment money, how to budget all of that so that you can pay down your debts. And he also preaches that save 6 months of bills up. And I'm always telling you guys, before you quit your job and go full time, you should have 6 months to a year saved up. I learned that from Dave Ramsey. Keith and I right now are 1000% debt free and have been for decades. We are going to purchase our house, and that will be our only debt. And that is thanks to Dave Ramsey. And I introduced Bill and David to him, and they're debt free, and they managed to save up and quit their jobs. So it's doable. I always recommend him to folks. And I guess I should also, since we're talking about reseller tips, I do recommend Fly Lady. If you've never heard of her, you need to look her up too. Fly Lady is to your organizational skills and scheduling your cleaning and creating good daily habits and remembering to self-care. She's to that what Dave Ramsey will be to your finances. It's like these are the two best life coaches you could have in your life, and they both have a lot of free stuff available for you. So Fly Lady, so you can be organized and create good routines in your life, and Ramsey for the money. Robert just poked in. Hey, Robert, what's up?
Hey, Robert, how are you? I also wanted to say with the Dave Ramsey thing, it is life-changing. I mean, our life did a 180 because he teaches you that 80% of what you're doing is discipline. The other 20% is just the money. I watched them that was November. We were at your place. I'd say by January, I started to catch on to what he was doing. And then Dave didn't start following until like maybe February, March of that year. It was another 9 months of us listening together to actually get that budget to work and put it in place, and because you got to tweak. Now, I mean, we just went on vacation that we paid for way back in. We put money in an envelope and we just pulled the money out, went on vacation, and paid cash for it. It was great.
So, oh my gosh, I was going to say something important.
Sorry.
No, it's okay. It's that we're getting old. It's about creating routines and reteaching yourself. Yeah. And that's a big part of reselling too, because here's the thing. Dave Ramsey teaches you how to rethink and retrain yourself. If you're used to stopping for coffee and fast food and buying whatever your heart desires at the drop of a dime, you've got to unlearn that. The same thing applies to reselling full time. When you quit your job and you are now your own boss and you work from home, you have to retrain yourself that home is not just a place to lay on the couch and watch Netflix and read books. It's not just a place to fart around or fiddle fart around, as Robert would say. It's a place for both, and you have to retrain your brain and retrain yourself into routines so that you have your work and your personal in your home separated, but you're doing both, right?
Yep. And also the motivation speakers that we listen to, which I don't know if you can see on the wall there, but they're all the quotes, the different quotes. Here, you get it away. They're all the different quotes that we have broken down from what we listen to. But like Les Brown, Jim Rohn, who was the spokesman for Herbalife for years. Then we have Wayne Dyer. We listen to him. And again, the same thing. You program your mind to think like an entrepreneur, and they guide you and help you and put you, like you were saying, plans in place and routines in place, but only onto the positive. And we also put all this positive back into our life and took out the negative, and we shared our story with people and they didn't want to hear it. It's like, oh, okay, it's not that we don't like them. It's just they don't see the vision that we see.
I don't like them. I am all about cutting out toxic people and toxic situations, whether they're family or friends. I don't need toxic people in my life. And
sure. It makes a difference.
I'm the same way on social media. If you think that you're going to be clever and a little troll and leave some rude comment on my YouTube, I just delete it. I ain't got time for you. I got to make money. I have important things in my life to do. And one of those is paying attention to people who aren't toxic, people who add some positivity and some uplifting mojo. Is that the word I'm looking for? Well, but there's people that matter to me, and I'm going to spend time on them.
Yep. And the other thing we also learned is, like if you're smarter than the 5 friends that you're around, then you need to find yourself more friends or different friends, because that means
if your friends are toxic, they need to go.
Exactly, absolutely, and that's what we're working on right now.
And you should be doing that on social media too. I see people all the time engaging in and entertaining these arguments and these trolls and giving them what they're looking for. Mm-hmm. And it's like, why aren't you just blocking them and using your energy on something that is better for you? Yep. I'm not going to sit and argue with the troll when I could be listing 10 items in the time it takes me to argue with. You're not going to change their mind because they're not there to debate. They're there to argue, not debate.
Yes.
They're there to fight. Most of them don't have lives or anything fulfilling going on, or they're punching in and out of a job and getting a guaranteed paycheck. So now they're at home laying in their underwear in mom's basement.
That's Dave Ramsey saying.
Just get rid of people who aren't adding to your life.
But like I said, these people we listen to and the stuff you see on the back wall, Dave's down here in the morning doing shipping, listening to it. And when I get up in the morning, I got away from it, but I need to get back to it. The first 20 minutes, they say what you put into your mind, the first 20 minutes you get up is what's going to control your day. So, and they tell you to try not to pick up your cell phone for like the first 5 or 10 minutes. I know, right? That's the hardest thing.
Here's the thing. I do both of those things. So I read a lot. You guys probably know I am an avid reader. I'm a bookworm. I have been my entire life. I used to get in trouble with my dad for reading at the dinner table. But I have started reading ebooks on my phone. One, because if I bought books as much as I read them, I would go broke faster than a heroin addict. But number two, it's easier for me. I don't have to worry about trying to take 5 books on vacation or 10 books with me wherever I go. So I just read on here. And so in the morning, the first thing I do when I'm waking up, I actually pick up my phone, but I open whatever book I'm reading at the time on my little app. And can you see it?
There you go. Oh, you had it for a second. There it is.
Yeah, chapter 14. So I'll pick up my phone and I read a chapter. And I start my day doing one of my favorite things, which is to read. So
yeah, we were just listening to I can't remember the guy's name. Carmichael. Oh shoot, he does interviews with millionaires and business people and entrepreneurs. And today they have the top 10 billionaire routines. And the one guy was talking about, which we have to learn about. It's called a 20-20-20 rule. It all has to do with what you have to do in the first hour. But again, we were like half listening to it, so we want to investigate it more. But that's something new that we can add to. They say that first hour's a biggie, but
yeah, so does Fly Lady. She says to hit the day with your feet on the floor running and make your bed first. But I'm always up before Keith, so I just read a chapter and then I put up my positive post on Instagram. That's the second thing I do.
I do that also too, yes.
And then I start checking stuff, and I'll lay in bed for a while, and I work from my phone.
It's funny you mentioned about the motivation things. I just started. I've been doing it with my kids for like the last 6 months, and apparently it's been a year. But I've been just posting like have a nice whatever day it is, and I've also noticed that the people that I'm following now they're doing it, and their friends are doing it, and so it's starting to, get a little bit better.
I actually had a really nice comment on the one I put up today. I'm going to share it, and guys can all follow this person and tell them I gave them a shout out because I really liked. So today's motivational post I put up, it says, "Dreams don't work unless you do."
There it is. Okay.
And the Variety Plaza, so you guys can go follow them. Tell them I sent you. I typed it in for you. The Variety Plaza said, "I love this. I just entered the saying in my journal." So I felt like all warm fuzzy because I'm like, number one, this person has a bullet journal. And number two, they used one of my quotes I shared for their bullet journal. So I thought that was pretty neat. It's kind of cool when you know that you're not just talking to yourself and people are listening and applying what you're saying.
Yes.
So speaking of, we're going to get into, we got through the motivational, the positivity, get rid of the toxic people, fix your life, fix your budget. We've given you tips and people. Now we're going to talk about best business practices. This is something I've been teaching for, how long have I been on here? 3.5 years. I talk about best business practices all the time. I recently did a live show on how sometimes best, or always best. There's exceptions to every rule, except for the rule that there's exceptions to every rule. So the first one is free shipping. And I want to know if you guys do free shipping. Tell us about it. Like, do you and why, or don't and why not?
We started out doing free shipping, and then we were following some people on the internet and other resellers, and they were like, we sell this, and this, and we don't do free shipping. So Dave and I decided to take that model and apply it, and apparently we get good sales with it. So the answer to your question is we do not give out for free shipping yet. So that's how we do our jeans in a padded flat rate. Even all our first class, we still charge shipping for, and all our hard goods and everything are all calculated shipping. So anything that can't fit into a padded flat rate is a calculated shipping. And then shoes are in the shoe box, so they're anywhere. The customer's paying anywhere between $8.50 and $10, depending on where it's going. So
you drop your prices to accommodate them.
Right, because we use Terapeak. So what we'll do is we'll use the top third percentage of the price minus shipping. So if it'll say plus shipping, then that's the price we'll average out. And also, we've noticed on some items when you Terapeak it, the percentage of shipping is actually like around 40% on some items. Some items are 50-60%, especially in shoes because of weight. So, But yeah, we base everything it's a top third of the high price. So when we tariff pick the item, we sort it from high to low, and then the high price with shipping will take that top third and average it out and come up with a price. But we always stay on the top third.
Did you notice a difference in sales when you?
No, because we were early on when we were doing free shipping. So we've been doing, so charging shipping we've been doing for 2 years. So we decided early on to switch over to charging shipping. So
I'm trying to think of dates here. That's longer than 10 years. I lived in York.
Okay.
From end of 2003, I think, or maybe 04 to like 12 or 13.
And we're in Millersville. We're actually right next to the college.
Yes, they are. All right. So this is just one of those things that Bill and David and I and Keith and Casey are all going to have to agree to disagree, because you guys know Casey and I are huge proponents of free shipping.
Correct.
But I honestly feel like if I didn't have as much first class as I did, I'd be more inclined to want to charge shipping, if that makes sense. We don't have free shipping on anything that weighs over a pound, unless they're jeans, and then I just add $8 in. I did do an experiment. I'm going to put this out there. I did do an experiment from January and through June of this year, and I took a lot of our older jeans that had been around for a little while, or just ones that weren't moving, and I dropped all the prices on them. $8 if they were in a padded flat, and I dropped them $5 if they were first class. Then I added flat $8 shipping on the padded flat ones, and then the first class ones I just did calculated. I sold some, but then when I started flipping them back over to free shipping, they started selling faster.
Wow. Well, see, we're mostly jeans and sneakers, so weight is involved because of that. And the padded flat rate, obviously, for us is a flat, whatever.
Hi, Swamp Picker. Sorry.
That's another reason why we're charging the shipping. And even when I'm doing the tariff, getting back to it, especially in the shoe category, there are a lot of customers that are paying for shipping in the shoe category. So,
see, I disagree with Rita's journey. I'm gonna put you on the spot, Rita's journey. I put your comment up, and I'm gonna disagree with you publicly, because it's gonna be the same. If it's gonna cost $8 eventually, let's say, to ship a first class shirt from Pennsylvania to California, Bill, if it was a $10 shirt, Bill would charge $10 plus the $8 to ship.
yes.
I would be doing $18 free shipping. It's the same. Free shipping is not free. It's never free. It's just the price.
It's like a logical thing, because I was in a grocery store. It's like when you pick up an item and it says buy one, get two free, or something like that, or buy two, get one free. It's that free. They see free, and right away, nothing, like you said, nothing is free around here. They use that in advertising all the time.
Yep, and that's the top two reasons why I really believe in free shipping, and I think it's the best business practice, is number one, it's the psychology. Folks that look at stuff that see free shipping are more inclined to buy that than something else that's going to be the same price.
It's like the 99 cents,
Yeah. Folks look at that. I don't know why, but people like to get one free. They like to get one over on you. They like to get a discount. It's psychological. And I know that Dom teaches that too. And he's what do you call them?
a brain guy.
Neurologist, psychologist. It's the same thing Keith's sister's in school for, and I never can say it right. But that's why I believe in it. Number one, I think if the average Joe Schmo off the street were to see me list a pair of Nikes at $30 free ship and Bill to put them up for $20 10 ship, they're going to buy mine. That's just how I feel. That's what I think about people and the psychology of it. And the second reason, you do get a boost in searches. So if you have first class items that have a lot of competition, you might want to think about free shipping.
Right. No.
So, but it is, at the end of the day, a choice you need to make, and you can experiment. And this is what I'm saying over and over again. Like I said, I've been doing store reviews nonstop. That's all I've been doing for 2 whole days, looking at people's stores. And a lot of people don't have it on. It is something I recommend. But I always say at the end of the day, it's a clear choice. What you could do is experiment the way I did.
Well, the other idea, like you said, you can run different scenarios. You can get onto Instagram, or I'm sorry, you can get on your eBay store and say 2 stores are selling similar stuff like you, and one that's doing free shipping, one that's doing shipping, and see how their sales follow their sales for like a month. And see,
yeah, that's what I absolutely recommend in most of the store reviews. Is at the end of the day, you're going to do what you want to do anyway.
Yeah, true.
I've done reviews for people in the past and gone back 6 months later. They haven't changed anything, and they're still asking me why they don't have sales.
Hey, I have to admit guilt here. Okay, Casey was telling us things, and I was like, not brushing off, just didn't understand it, I guess you could say, and heard what he was saying, but I guess it comes back to that changing things and afraid to try it out, and then it's like once we started doing it, it's like, oh my gosh, this works.
I guess he knows what he's talking about.
If you hear advice from good sellers that have been out there for many years, don't be stubborn and at least try something. If worse goes to back, you just go back to your ways you're doing things. That's all.
Yeah. I mean, best case scenario, you try something new and you find out you get more sales.
Shoot. Yeah, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Or stuff stays the same and you go back to what you want to do in the first place. But
we changed our store model 6 times, maybe.
Yes, I am currently trying to get all my jeans back to free shipping after I spent 6 months dropping the prices and putting. I tried it. I didn't see any increase. I saw a decrease, if anything. So I'm going back, but I'm doing it a little bit at a time. And each morning when I end the listings, those are the only ones I'm focused on. I don't put any more effort or attention to it.
Yeah. Yeah. And getting back to what we started the show with, I just wanted to throw it out there because I was always that person that went to the seminar that wanted to get rich tomorrow. This is a slow process. It took us 3 years to where we are and 2 years of listing and working a full-time job and getting this done. So please understand that it is long-term. As long as you put the energy in, you will get the payback.
Yep. It took 2 years of me doing it full-time. Keith had done it for like 6 months and it did on the side. It was a side hustle. And then I got hurt at work, so I started doing it full-time for 2 years, and Keith was doing it in addition to his job. And then he put in his, it was really ironic, he put in his notice at work
Yes.
2 weeks. He put in his 2 weeks notice, and then right at the end of his 2 weeks notice, the shutdown happened. Good timing. And so then it took us another year to get to where we could move. And that wasn't all just, we had the money, it was other stuff, but it is slow. I want to read Robert's comment real quick, and we're going to move on to the next best business practice. And Esmeralda, I see you there and definitely agree with you that you've been dealing with crazy buyers. Simper Apparatus there, guys, is my friend, very good friend Esmeralda. You guys probably all know her from the reselling groups. Girlfriend has been having some stories this week about some buyers. All right, Robert says, free shipping is a moneymaker for people who have multiple quantities. People will ask to combine shipping when they buy more than one. They can't do that with free shipping, so you make more money. Yeah, we get people who will buy like 2 pairs of jeans, and I can get both in the padded flat, so I've saved $8. It happens.
One thing I did notice in getting back to free shipping, I just want to add real quick is I do notice when we have the shipping, I got feedback for some reason.
What? Huh?
It sounded like I was getting feedback. But
I'm deaf. I'm old. I'm deaf and blind.
We notice, and this is just our scenario of noticing things, that we don't get as many lowball offers with the free, with the them paying shipping versus free shipping. And I don't know how true that is on your end, but we pretty close to our number that we're asking.
It's the same. When I had, let's take silver jeans for example. If I had them up for $42 with $8 shipping, they're offering me $10.
Okay.
But I have them up for 50 free ship. They're usually offering me like $20, $25.
Okay. So, you know, it's the opposite for
So
us.
in your mind, they're thinking, I got to pay $8 on top of this. I'm only going to offer her 10. Okay, so speaking of offers,
Okay.
that's the best business practice. There's two sides to it. There's having best offers on your listings, and then there's sending out offers. So do you guys do both or neither? Or?
We do best offer on everything in the store, but we do not put a limit on it. So whatever, like we said, if they send us a $5 offer, we'll battle back and forth. If they decline, so be it. And that has turned in. It's been a while, but that used to turn into a sale for us. So
there's actually a story about that between us. Remember?
yes.
So the first time or second time you guys came out here to visit us. 2020 has me all confused because it didn't.
It had to be.
It didn't happen. It was the year of the poop.
We snuck out with the Plush that weekend.
No, the weekend I'm talking about was a long time ago. I took you guys to the mall where they filmed Don't Dead.
That was 2019.
And we went for pizza for lunch at the mall because I was like, I gotta show you where they filmed Dawn of the Dead. And you guys got that offer, and I told you, don't decline it and don't ignore it, no matter even if it's only $1. Message 10% off or counter offer 10% off with a message that says, thanks for your interest in this item. We can do 10% off.
I remember because now we do that all the time.
Yeah.
And what we also
do, right there in the mall.
Yep. And the other thing we'll do is if somebody comes in and our price.
Bye, Robert.
If they're $10 off and it's a $5 medium, we will say thank you for your offer. We will gladly meet you. Let's say it was.
Excuse me, sorry.
That's okay. We say we will gladly meet you in the middle at $45, and I'd say 8 out of 10 times that turns into a sale too. So meet them.
Yeah, meet you in the middle one's good too. Like if it's $30 and they offer you 15, go to 20. Jesus, I'm trying to math. No. You know what I mean, though.
If they're at 20 and you're at 30, just say, "Hey, can you meet me in the middle?" Not can you? We would like. No, how do I always?
I always just say, "Thanks for your interest in this item. We can't go as low as your offer, but we can meet you in the middle."
Right. We would gladly meet you in the middle. That's the word I'm looking for.
Yeah, and it sounds like a lot, y'all. I understand that Androids are superior, but I'm sure that Apple's also have a notepad feature. Let's dig it in. You guys, we all have notepad features on our phone.
Yes.
Type it out one time, save it in a notepad, and you can copy paste it 1,000,000 times.
We used to do that for vacation mode too when we went on vacation. But
I have my hashtag saved.
So do I.
Instagram. You guys utilize the tools that we are given. It is 2020. Awesome tools to use.
I have sizing charts. Let's see if I can let me get back to cancel.
Here's my hashtags.
Look, I have shows that I'm watching. I'll snap a picture of it.
Shows that you're watching?
Yeah, like if I'm watching a show and they're interviewing some guy that's like write cereal, I don't know. Then here's my sizing charts.
There's my hashtags.
Okay. Yeah, my hashtags are hashtags. Because let me tell you something. If you do shoes, there are different companies have different sizes, so you can actually easily get into Google and download that company's sizing chart and keep it in your notes because it does help.
You can get one for each company.
Yep.
And hey, guess what? Another pro of being in the Facebook group. In the Facebook group, I spent a ton of time putting together a photo album of different charts. It has different fabrics, different names for different types of pants and blouses. There's charts on how to figure if jeans are wide leg, flare. It's an amazing resource.
Oh, yeah. And the other thing, too, is, like I said, I go in and like the size chart is different from an ASIC size chart to a Skechers size chart. And the same with clothing. There's a men's chest size and a woman's chest size and all. But we do best offer. I go on every morning and send out 6% on top of my sale on jeans. And then I go to my lowest price I'll accept or $1 to the lowest price I will accept on all my shoes, and I do that every morning. And then we do the same sale as you. Friday, Monday, Wednesday, Friday.
Okay, sales are next. I don't know why it's because I'm actually having a little beverage.
And then we do.
That's why I'm choking. It's the universe telling me I'm being bad.
And then we do 2% across the board as a promotion, and I try to repeat that like every second or third day. Refresh it.
Yep. So we have offers on everything. It also gives you a boost in sales.
Yes.
Excuse me. I don't decline anything. I don't really care. Here's the thing, and I have said this a million times. If it irritates you that someone sent you a low ball so bad that you can't just counter a 10% off, guess what you need to do?
Not be here.
Well, no, I wasn't going to go that far. You need to take your emotions out of your business. Emotions have absolutely no place in your business, period. We can have morals and we can be humans and we can do good things in our lives, but you can't let all of that affect your business. I will sell, and I kid you not, and I don't care, I will sell a Trump tie directly next to a Hillary book, and I will sell a Bible next to a deck of tarot cards. Regardless of how I feel religiously or politically, I'm going to sell all the religious things and all the political things because they're all going to make me money. And that's business.
Yeah, you have to. Yeah, and you have to take that sentimental value out of it too. Like when you're shopping, you're not shopping for you. You're shopping for what you think somebody's going to buy. Exactly.
And if you're getting so irritated at these lowball offers that you're taking them personally, get the out of here. Really?
Oh, I hear you.
It's not personal. That buyer didn't sit down this morning over his cornflakes and say, I don't like the looks of that hippo hut. Give her a lowball offer because I personally don't like. No, they're just trying to see what they can get. They're just trying to see what they can get out of you. And there has been dozens, hundreds of times where someone has legitimately sent us a $1 offer, and I counter with 10% off, and they take it.
Oh,
they're
no.
seeing what they can get.
Yep, we had somebody on, I think, and quote me if I'm wrong, I think Dave had a $60 pair of jeans, and the woman came back at offered us $10, and Dave came down to our price that we wanted, and we sold them. She bought them. They want to test you. They want to see if you're that desperate to get rid of that item that you would want to sell it.
So when you send your offers, you send how much off?
I go in and let's say I have 15 watchers and 10 of them are jeans. I will click on the 10% on top of our sale because we do 20%. So that gives us a 20% bargaining room. So now I'm actually sending them 20. Well, I'm sorry, we can go as high as 30% is what I'm trying to say. We get like a 10% gap that we can float with. So when I send them 6.
Yeah, I do mine in bulk every morning. I just do 10%.
Right, and then the sneakers I'll just do individually just because I like to because there's not that many. But I usually wake up anywhere between 10 and 16 on the weekend. I might get 20.
Yeah, sometimes when we came back from your guys' place 2 weekends ago, the first time we went out there to see you, right. I had 56. I was like, woo! So I sent out 10%, and I got like four sales.
While we're talking about all that, I don't know if you want to do it now or closer to the end, show everybody how to use the back office on their phone.
We'll do that at the end because I don't remember how to do it on mine.
What else you got?
So, and on Poshmark, I mark stuff up so I have more room. So the first time something gets a like, they get a 10% offer. But every Thursday we send out 20%, and every Sunday we send out 30%.
See, now we do 20 on the jeans. We do 20 across the board on everything. We start off at 20, and I do the $4.99 shipping because we have that built-in price that we.
I'll start with 10.
So, and then I will tell you this though, I have used the new share feature on Poshmark. Fantastic.
Yeah.
I just shared 300 items this morning, just in men's, in less than 20 minutes.
Um,
Fantastic. I love it. Love it, love it, love it.
he's been doing it on the computer, and maybe it's faster to click on the computer, but he can do our entire closet in 10 minutes.
There you go. It's awesome.
So yeah, it's pretty cool.
I love
Okay,
it.
we are definitely running out of time.
Yeah. So anyway,
You guys run sales. We already went over that.
yes.
Listing every day.
Yes.
Yep. Well, okay. We haven't listed since like May, but go away.
You're moving. I mean, yeah.
My throat feels like there is a huge punch stuck in a Brillo pad inside of a cat hairball. I wish I had water so bad. And do you guys end your items manually and go and sell similar?
No, we just let the system, because you were showing me how to do it, messing up and forgetting what I was doing, and so we just let them run. We just let the system do it. But check your inventory. Do an inventory on your store like at least twice a year, because I did A through E, and I think we had 40 jeans fell off, plus a whole bunch of shirts that you saw.
Yeah, so we went out there, and we had my youngest son with us because he visited with us. Bill's like, here's this bin. It was all this inventory they found that had fallen off. I'm like, yeah. At the very first half of the shutdown, before we started buying wholesale, that was what kept our store alive. We got so freaking desperate for inventory, like from March through May of 2020, that we started doing an audit on our own store, and we found so much stuff that had fallen off that we were able to like each list 5 or 10 items a day to keep our store alive.
Hey, I believe it. Well, you saw that big tall 45-inch box of shoes. Same thing with that. But they just weren't resellable because we changed our cost of goods, or selling price point. So
okay, so you guys can start putting your questions over in the comments if you have them, and we'll answer them before we leave. You can start putting them in now because we're going to move on to sourcing tips.
Okay.
So give us like 2 or 3 of your best tips for sourcing.
Definitely take your phone with you and source. If you're going through stuff, how do I want to put this? Sourcing tip.
You do. Sourcing tip.
I know.
Source.
For some reason, I just got a blank spot. Sneakers. Sneakers. Okay. I'm always going to look for name first, because that's popular, and then I'm going to take. I don't know if you can see that or not, but there's a code inside that. I'm going to take that code and put it into Google or into eBay, and if I know I can get $35 or higher, I'm going to buy it. But before I buy it, I'm going to check for the soles are good, no rips or tears around the edges, no rips inside.
Do you do the?
We do the bend test to make sure that it doesn't crack, because with your Converse, the glue will come off.
Yeah. Or they get that rot. Shoes get that. Oh, thank you so much for the super chat. $4.99. Terry.
With jeans, when we go into jeans, the same thing. We will Google. Well, Dave pretty much knows names by now. But if we can't get $35 or higher, we put it back on the rack. But as you start,
now, $35 before you add in your charge shipping, or $35 overall?
No, that's true. That's $35 before we charge shipping. But in the beginning, we're learning stuff, so if we could get $15, $20 for it, we would pick it up in the beginning. But now that we've changed, and Dave will check the belt loops around the pockets. We'll check to make sure the zipper and the button works. We'll check the inner thigh. We'll check the rear end, make sure there's no rips or weirdness on that. But the cuffs we let go because that seems to be a thing. Unless it's like totally destroyed and it's ripped to shreds. But basically we go into a store. He knows what he's going to jeans. We go right to jeans. I go right to sneakers. We can be in and out of a store, and we got ourselves to being in and out of a store in less than 45 minutes. So, because again, with experience, we can just go like you when we went and saw you 2 years ago. You were bum, 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 bum. We can do that now. So,
I've been drifting in forever. So,
and go into a lit area, whatever shop you're in, go to the lightest area, even with natural light, and check all these areas. So,
yeah.
because so many times I bring stuff home and button's missing, or there's a hole under the armpit, or
Yeah, the zipper's broken.
Or the crock.
Hemmed. You got to check that too. Check your jeans to see if they're hemmed, because I get so many of them home.
Yeah.
I mean, I still list them. I just disclose it, but you have to.
And
I'm messing with my hair, guys, because it's driving me nuts.
And the other thing we did too is we did about 4 months ago. We realized that we can now source stuff every day, any day. We were only going on Wednesday and Tuesday half price because we were that afraid to spend that extra money, but in the long run, it's paying off because now we're getting better quality and more picks at stuff because we can go any time of the week. So,
well, my tip is to add in some wholesale to your routine.
Okay.
Wholesaling saved us during the shutdown. It's what after we had done the audits and when we were through with that, if we didn't have wholesale, we wouldn't have had anything to list. So, we now run the wholesale site with Casey. Let me link that for you. So we do have a wholesale site that we do run with Casey. You can shop there for wholesale, or if you have some stuff that you want to get rid of. Why is my throat so dry that I'm going to have to let you take over for a minute so I can get rid of water. If you have stuff that you want to get rid of, you can sell through us, or you can shop. But I fell so in love with wholesale during the shutdown that it has ruined me. I'm spoiled. I don't want to go out.
Yeah, because I was excited to take you to the thrift stores. You're like, no thrift store for me. Yard selling. Do you know?
I'm going to go get water. You talk.
Yeah. So I was out here like 3 weeks ago, and we had to go to York. And going through York, we had to go through this town that was, excuse me, it was the weekend yard sales, and all down Main Street were all these yard sales. And I wanted to stop, and Star's like, no, I can't do it. So, but as far as the sourcing, pick a categories that you guys are comfortable with. In the beginning, we did everything and anything, and now we have gotten ourselves to a niche and stuff. But just make sure you bring this phone with you and go through eBay and check prices before you buy anything. So
and plan a route. Don't go to one thrift store a day.
Yes.
Pick a couple days or one day a week that you're going to go. And plan other things too, plan your route to be smart, to save wear on your tires and your car, your gas, and save time. So if you know that you're going to hit these 3 thrift stores in this area of town, and you know that your dog only eats a certain type of dog food that's at the PetSmart right there, do that the same day.
Sure.
So plan your errands and your route and all that good stuff.
Because Dave will go to Harrisburg one day a week. Well, we have enough inventory to keep our business busy for a while, but he will go to Harrisburg. He'll start at York and then go up 83 into Harrisburg and then over to Mechanicsburg and then back home. Or he'll go the other way. He'll start in York and work his way to Harrisburg and then come home. So,
yeah. So what we used to do is we would plan our day like that. We'd have a route, and if there were other things we could do in the area to prevent having to repeat a trip over there, we would.
The other trick, the other thing we'll do is if we want to get $25 for an item, we will times it by 0.25%, so we can spend up to $6.25 on that item at for 25%. So
yes,
25% formula.
That's math.
I don't know how to explain it. I just know that the 25% works for us. So. Please don't ask questions on how I come up with that formula.
Don't ask me either, because I didn't understand a darn word he said.
All I know is if you take the price that you see on eBay and times it by 20.25, that'll give you your top highest cost of goods without.
Yeah, I think when we do our guides that we sell, that has the sell-through rate in there and the target buy price, but Keith has the spreadsheet formulas set up. So I just have to do the research. I just have to plug in all the numbers and it does the math for me.
And TerraPeak, we won't buy anything through TerraPeak if it's less than 20% sell-through rate.
Okay. All right. So 2 questions. Any tips on auditing inventory 2 times a year? How to be the most efficient? I just said to do 1 to 2 bins a day. Like, make it your business to do at least 1 to 2 bins a day, but don't stress out to do more than that.
Mm-hmm.
But make sure it's your business. It's now part of your routine to do 1 or 2 a day until they're all gone through. Is that what you guys do? Is just do a little bit each day?
Well, yeah, because Dave was listing jeans while I was doing a rack a day because he was listing jeans. So
yeah, a rack a day. But don't stress out and try to do it all in 1 day because then you won't.
8 racks. Yeah, we have 25 items, 20 to 25 items in each bin, and there's 8 bins per rack. So I was doing a bin a day. So
thank you for the super chat, Rita. She says no hard feelings, and I don't know what we have hard feelings about. So apparently there's none on my side. I don't know, but thank you so much for the super chat. But yeah, don't get carried away and try to do your auditing all in 1 or 2 days.
No.
Then you give up on photographing and listing.
Especially if it's on multi-platforms.
Yeah, do a little bit each day.
So.
And do you ever do public price drops? I always do private. I do the closet closeout thingy or whatever it's called, clear out, once a month or so. So whenever I see Poshmark is offering it, I would do it. And then I'll write down the date I did it, and I won't do it again for at least a month. But other than that, it's just private. All right, so I have here, I wanted to tell people that my 2 tips, my last 2 tips I want to give folks is to make sure you have a good inventory system.
Oh, yeah. 3,000 items.
Well, we had a lot of items when we realized we didn't have a good system, and I spent January and February of 2018 not listing and just trying to fix it and create one. And it was ugly and it was gross. So do it while you only have a couple items.
You've seen our office, right?
Yeah.
Well, I get dyslexia when I put letters away. So we would lose so many items, and we would have to either look to the left or to the right because I was putting the E with the F and the D I was putting with the C because we had them where A, B, and C and D and E was on this side. Well, we added a rack. It threw me off for like a month. So I was putting stuff in the wrong. Anyway, the story was we came back from vacation. We were looking for stuff. It was an N. I went up into the bins to get an N. There was a G in the N bin, which is down here, which we would have never found if it sold. So please, when you're putting
the 6 and the 9 plush bags.
When you're putting stuff away, please read that letter.
Yeah, read it. We have our plush and bags. We just replaced with IKEA bags, which you guys took us to IKEA to get.
Yeah, it was fun.
It was
Cracker Barrel.
we have to go to Cracker Barrel. But anyway, we had these. The label on the bag 9 got taped on upside down.
Oh wow!
So
Yeah,
he was looking for the 6s in that bag, and then he couldn't find the 6s, and then we had this big mess, and then we were like, okay, we have to look at everything. And this was recent. This was during shutdown, and I'm like, oh, we have 2 bag 6s. One of these has to be a 9. So we had to go through each bag. We did an audit on each bag and relocated what needed relocated. And then we did that old trick. We wrote the 6 like that.
Okay.
And then we wrote the 9 like that.
There you go. Yep.
So we knew which way they would go. But geez, that was a mess. So that's my one tip. And my other tip is make sure that you create a very good routine and a very good schedule and hold yourself to it. You don't have a boss anymore. You're not clocking in and clocking out. You're not required to be anywhere at a specific time. And that is the beauty of this job. But you have to be able to make yourself work. And if that looks like a 9 to 5, great. If you're the type of person who wants to work from 7 to 8, take a break, noon to 5, and then work a couple hours in the evening. Whatever works best for you, figure it out and hold yourself to it, and get a bullet journal or at least small notebooks. David has small legal pads, and that's basically his bullet journal.
Yep.
He says it's just my notepads, but no, they're his bullet journals.
And Dale says, where's that, where's that note that I wrote down? We had to go through 5 books to find it.
Yeah, that's the best part about a bullet journal, because you do have the index at the beginning.
Oh, you came so well planned when we had to do when you came over here for the storage units. You had everything planned out and everything went so smooth.
Should I show them some of that Stars OCD action?
Yep, that was it. That was it. That was fun. And we were right on time. We were there. So.
Yep, and I had all the addresses and phone numbers on those days as well. I'm very organized, but you don't have to be as good as me. Just get a notebook, but hold yourself to a routine and a schedule. And remember, as you're creating them, it does take 30 days to create a new habit. I learned that from Flight Lady. All right, give us 2 really great tips, and I think one of them is going to be networking, right? You mentioned that. Okay.
Yeah. Definitely networking, especially when you're at events or something. We went camping this weekend, and not even realizing who we were talking to, the gentleman that was like 2 hours away from us owned a tiki bar in Texas.
Really? That's cool.
And he collects tiki stuff, anything Hawaiian. Well, guess what? Gnome and the Frog have 100 Hawaiian shirts in their store. So guess what he got? He got a business card.
Did he buy 100 of them?
And he came up to me and said, I really like a lot of your shirts. I'll look at it when we get out of here. And I said, well, just message me first, because obviously I'd make them a deal. And the other one was we ran into a couple. They had built an old schoolhouse overlooking the Delaware River in upper state Pennsylvania. But he was a gymnast and was like this close to the gymnast team, but now he teaches gymnastics. And he knows connections to help get Dave's T-shirt idea off the ground. So we got his phone number, and now we're going to try and meet outside of the camp. So please talk to people. You'll never know.
I mean, listen, if I didn't talk to people, some of the best friendships I have wouldn't be in existence. Mm-hmm. I met Dave and Bill just from networking. I met Casey, who's now not only Keith's best friend in the whole world. We call them boyfriends. They don't like it. But Caitlin's fiance, Caitlin, and I are always like, your boyfriend's on the phone. But now they're best buddies and they're business partners. And we have branched out into the wholesale business and created something that has enabled us to have the money to move to Florida, which will enable us, now that we're all there together in person, to even expand more and have a bigger business. And it's all because I talk to people. But it's not always about money and business. I have a lot of really, really good friends in this community. I got Esmeralda, Jamie, Donna, Holly, Mama. You guys know Kelly. I call her Mama, Flippin Mama. Robert, Katie and Vicky are really good friends. Deb and Mel. I mean, I don't want to leave anybody else out.
No, I hear you. It's just so many.
But,
no, I was going to say there's so many, and then I was going to give you tip number 2, whatever.
Yeah, if I left you out, I love you. I'm sorry.
Tip number 2 is just what Star just said. Inventory system, please. We started out, we were doing hangers with numbers in the closet. That's what we were hanging stuff on the closet, and we were putting little white tags with numbers on it. And then the tags were falling off with paper clips, and it was a mess. But
well, that's kind of what we were doing. We literally were just dumping stuff in tubs.
Oh, I had a pile, and Dave was freaking out because Dave's like you. He's OCD sometimes. And I just had all my sales were in a pile. He's like, what are you doing? So then he bought these metal racks, which you can get on Walmart. So they're like $50. And you can get 8 bins on them. I don't know if I can. There's my shoes.
It's like going in a store. My son was really impressed.
There's the bins. So let me turn this light on real quick. But anyway, a good system. Please start off with a good system. We found out that we can get That's our bins. And we got them also upstairs. But we found out that we can get 20 jeans in a bin and 25 if we do shirts. But each one is a G, like G4, and then we have this tag, and then we'll put that in our help me out, Star. ID, the ID line, yeah. And what I do is I take the letter of the shelf and the date and put it in my description box and copy and paste that when I put it into the other platforms.
Yep. So we have a similar. We keep ours in a cow.
Yeah. But
And
do an inventory.
Pull them off when we do shipping.
Yes.
And we put them in here, and then we reuse them. Can you tell we haven't been listing?
And you use the old post. You use post office receipts.
No, I just use old. Like when I have this is from my old med. When I used to be a med tech and pass meds, I found my old paperwork, and this was from when I went to school to be a med tech. Anyway, anything like that, any paper that I can fold in half and reuse, I use it for my notes.
Gotcha.
For my show, sorry, that's upside down. And I doodle. But so these, like anything that's not going to be permanent or a plan or a routine or a schedule or whatever, that doesn't need to go in the bullet journal. Like just quick, I do these for every video I make or every live show. But then I have stacks of these scratch papers, and we just cut them up into these little strips. And I have a dark purple marker. Okay. And then we have our padded flap in a different bowl. And the front of our bin will have the number, and then it'll say PF if they're padded flaps.
Okay.
And then our Plush are just in numbered bins. And
if you're going to be doing this, make sure you get yourself a scale.
Star and her scrap. Everybody knows about my scrap papers.
Yeah,
and
right.
All the papers, and I get so mad at Keith if he throws a paper away. I'm like, was there a back to that piece of paper?
But you know what?
Sorry, was there a back? Keith, could we have folded that in half and used the back? Did you throw away good scraps? These are my scratches. I like my scratches. Is it scrap paper or scratch paper?
Scrap paper. It's scrap.
Yeah, but some people call it scratch, I think.
You could go that way too because you are scratching notes on it.
I call it scrap. It's saving the planet one back of the paper. Because I don't feel right using a whole sheet of paper if I'm just scribbling notes.
I hear you.
And then you know what Keith will do? I'm going to tell on him right now before we talk about the last thing. He will take new pieces. Can you guys tell how much this upsets me? He goes to the printer and he pulls out new pieces of paper that are in the tray waiting to be used and printed on. He pulls those out to scratch a note on, and then he throws it away. And I literally have a box full of this shit. And he won't use it.
I'm glad Dave's not here to tell my secrets.
He like knows where I keep this, and he'll pull. We had to make like an inventory when we called for the moving truck estimate.
Okay. Oh yeah, you told me. I heard.
And I'm like, okay, well, I'm gonna take a shower, do my hair and makeup. We had to go somewhere that day, and he's like, well, while you do that, I'll do the quick inventory, and then we can call for the quotes while we're out running errands. You know, multitasking, killing two birds. So I come out of the bath. He's got a stack this large of paper. They were all new, brand new pieces of paper. He took out of my printer, and he wrote like 10 things on each paper. I was so mad. Scratch papers. All right, we want to talk about vacation mode.
Yes, because when you were here, we were questioning it. Nobody could really give an answer because nobody tried it. Well, it works. I 100% support it. I had no issues. If anybody's on any of these groups saying it's not working for them, I don't know what to say. But we left. You were here. What were you here? You were here. You
left 25th to the 27th.
So you left Sunday.
Yeah.
Sunday afternoon before we went out, we put the store on vacation mode, so we'd catch shipping for Friday to Monday. So I wouldn't have to ship anything out on Monday. Actually, I think we did it fine. Anyway, all I know is that we were 7 days, and it gives you the option to either not sell or sell.
Mm-hmm.
So you click on the button that says sell, and it gives you the date of when you're going to return. And because of the holiday, shipping was on, what's today, the 6th? Right?
Yeah, today's the 6th. Didn't I just say that?
No, that's fine. That's fine. And we wound up having on other platforms too, but we had a total of 29 sales, and I want to say, off the top of my head, 12 of them might have been eBay, if not more.
Mm-hmm.
So we averaged about three sales a day.
Now, have you bounced back already?
And we bounced back already because Dave was listing. Dave was doing. He drafted everything, but hit the button. And every morning, even though we had horrible service, he was able to just hit the button and get that listed. And I think he was doing like 4 or 5 a day. So, but by mid-afternoon or when I was ready to go list, the internet just, we were in the mountains. So service stinks. Yes.
Yeah. Okay, because the old way of doing a vacation. Now, this is not, if you guys hear me complaining right now or saying anything, this is not how things are now. But back in the day, before this new system, like if we went to eBay Open or we went to Florida for a week or whatever to see Casey and Caitlin, we'd put our store on vacation mode. The old way, you had to do vacation mode, but you also had to put your own handling out. And it was 2 separate tasks that you had to do. Mm-hmm. And every time we came back, it took, even if we were listing and active every single day and doing all those best business practices, and we listed and everything, it still took like a week or 2 to bounce back and get back to where we were before. Now, there's a train. Now it's all one thing. You just set it up, like Bill said, and you choose to either just turn your store off completely, mm-hmm. or continue selling while you're on vacation. Mm-hmm. And allegedly, your people bounce back like immediately. There's no being punished for going on vacation.
And then the other platforms, we do what you said. We saved that message in our notes. We forgot to do it this time, and then we send that note if people parted on the other platforms. Hey, we're away. There's, shipping's this way. If you're okay with it, if not, please, we will cancel your order. So. I made one Mercari sale, and the woman texted me. I think she bought it Thursday or Friday, and I said that we were out of town Thursday to the holidays, and she was okay with. The system was yelling at me, but her personally was okay with it being not shipped out till today. So, but as long as you have that note for the other platforms, like I said, we send that note. If they say they want to cancel, okay. So.
Yeah. That's a shame because allegedly it doesn't do that. It used to do that, Thrifty Space Queen, but it doesn't allegedly. Now, what we'll be doing is we're going to let ours go as long as we can and take every sale we can get. It's really bad. Our sales are bad, but we expected that.
Oh, wait, we're very bad too.
Well, we expected it.
We're about 30%.
We're down like 50%. I don't want to talk about it.
No, I hear you. No, I
Mine is expected though. It's not summer slowdown. It's no listing because you're packing slowdown. But what we're going to do is leave it as long as we can to eke out every last sale. And then on the 19th of this month, it will go on hold. And we'll send out that weekend's shipments. And it's going to be on hold with no sales because we got to get our stuff to Florida in the storage unit and organized in such a way that we can get to our darn inventory. And then we'll turn it back on at that time. So I don't know what's going to happen. What do you do if tracking shows delivered but the item wasn't received or it was returned to seller? If you're talking as a buyer, really nothing you can do. eBay, that is the one time out of 1 billion million trillion that eBay will ever side with the seller. If there's a tracking number that shows it's delivered.
We just had that happen to us. The woman said that she had it delivered and that, somebody took it out of her mailbox or something. We sent eBay the tracking number, and within 3 hours, they tied it with us because it showed delivered to that address.
But it's the only time a buyer would shit in the box and mail it back to you, and you could show eBay, and they'd be like, "We don't know what to tell you. Just refund them." They usually pander to buyers, and excuse me, that was my second swear of the night. I to just shit though. Whoop, that's free. That's my trucker mouth in real life.
Hey, we've had a few of them around here past couple weekends.
But yeah, I mean, literally, that is the one time because it shows delivered. What you can do, the only recourse you really have is check with your neighbors, ask them, "Hey, did you see my package, baby?" And you could check with the post office, see if maybe they know what happened to it. But unfortunately, if you have a dishonest postal or UPS person that didn't feel like working that day and just said it was delivered, there's really nothing you can do because they said it was. And then if you have a neighbor that took it or a stranger that took it off your porch, what are the chances of them being honest and giving it back?
Right.
But yeah, that's the only time I've ever seen eBay like actually have common sense when it comes to who they side with.
Anything else there?
I don't see any more comments, and we were going to
Wrap her up, I guess.
Wrap her up. So
covered everything, right?
Yeah. What's your number one piece of advice to new sellers? Let's end with that.
My number one advice is to go slow and learn. Watch a lot of videos, learn from these other resellers, and then go into a thrift store, and every piece of clothing you touch, look it up on eBay. Whether you're going to buy it or not, it's the only way you're going to learn. It'll teach you to learn labels and what's hot and what's not, type of thing, you know. But that's the number one thing we did is we were spending 2-3 hours in the thrift store when we first started. If you have the time, don't be afraid to do it. So that's my one piece of advice: is this is your best friend. Okay.
That is your best friend. That's,
yeah, right.
That's his handsome husband.
So yes, that is my best friend.
That's me. Hey, Mom and Posh Closet, Della. We are about to wrap up here. I think.
Look familiar?
Yes. I think my number one piece of advice to new sellers is the routines. Especially if you're segueing into doing this full time. When you're still part time, like if you still work outside of the house or have other obligations that keep this part time for you, learn to have good routines and good schedules and keeping track of your to-do lists and all of that earlier rather than later. And once you get those good habits in place, then when you go full time, you'll be all set. But I cannot stress that enough. This is a job. I don't care if you work from home and you wear pajamas and you don't shower but once a week. That's fine. You can do that. You work from home. No one cares. No one can smell you. But you still got to work. You still have to work every day.
And that's what motivated us was that cha-ching that we were hearing. I mean, I can remember going to bed in the beginning and looking at my phone every 2 hours while I was getting up in the middle of the night. Did I sell something? So it was that. I just wanted to end real quick. We were talking earlier offline, and I talked earlier about us getting married in the backyard. Oh, there they
are.
The woman that you see in the back. The woman you see in the back is my daughter's mother-in-law. It was her very first wedding. She was supposed to do her niece, and we were her first wedding. She had license to do. I forget what they call them. And that's Dave's brothers in the background, and I don't know, see if you can get my kids are somewhere in there. But anyway, yep, that was in our backyard. So it was fun.
Thrifty Space Queen said she enjoyed getting to know Bill. Everyone hears about you guys all the time.
That's my son's family. The three little ones are his. The older two belong to his wife.
Belong.
I know, right? I can't never say the right words.
Those are her crotch fruit.
Oh, here's the grandchildren. That's the baby.
Yeah.
Owen, who is now
Any
2.
pictures of your daughter?
I'm
You can
sorry?
show everybody?
Yeah, let me see if I can get a picture of
Your daughter is
while you
beautiful.
talk. I'll pull up a picture real quick while you're chatting away.
She's like the only redhead in the whole family.
Yes, she is. Let me see if I can.
Since you guys are getting to know Bill, you might as well look at pictures of his kids. So we will let him dig through for that. And if you have any more questions, you guys put them in the thing because we're going to be here for a couple minutes because Bill's digging.
Here it is. That's my daughter. That's her husband. His mother married us, and that's their new.
Oh, I didn't mean to do all that. Didn't mean to do all that. There we go.
That's my daughter. Yeah, she is the only redhead. She is the only girl in the immediate Penny family. My brother had 2 boys. I had a boy, girl, and then my son had 3 boys, and my daughter had a boy. So she's the only, the only woman.
The only woman and the only redhead.
Anyway, it was fun. I enjoyed it. If anybody wanted to reach out to me, you can reach out to Star and get my connections, or you can find me on Instagram at gnome_frog. Most of my answers are through Facebook Messenger if you need to get a hold of me, just under Bill Penny. I do have a Facebook group, but it's just basically me posting stuff every day of positive stuff. I really don't have a following or, where I'm answering questions and stuff like that. So that's about it for me.
There's his Instagram. You guys don't forget to hit the thumbs up before you leave. Subscribe if you haven't already. Join our Facebook group, Flippin' Hippos Reseller Pod, and follow Bill at Gnome and Frog. And thank you, Bill, for coming on.
No problem. Anytime.
And you guys go be productive. Go make some money. Thank you so much for joining us tonight. You all are the best.
Bye.
Bye. My annoying bye.